You gotta be careful with them. Them married men will trick the fuck out of you, girl. They'd get on top of you. Ooh, I want you to have my baby. Do your wife know that you want to have a baby with me? Oh, don't worry about that. I love you. I love you more. I love you. Have a baby with me. Have a baby with me. Until the baby gets here, okay? Now all of a sudden, he's trying to kick your ass in. I just said, okay. Love bugs, hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about Tina, my life story, Tina Turner with Kurt Loder. That's the dude from MTV. So where we left off, you have Tina still hollering from the mountaintops. Me and Ikety, our brother and sister, that's it, that's all, strictly platonic, even though from time to time I may get in the bed with the two of him. Okay, that would mean him, Ikety, and his baby mother, Lorraine. Not yet. The Tina Turner says that, you know, it was all gravy until we was on our way to a show. And we were in the car, and then he tried his hand. I'm saying to myself, he tried his hand, girl. What you talk about? There's nothing in this book to say what kind of hand he tried. Now, according to Not Yet, the Tina Turner, she said the experience was horrible. It was awful. It was disgusting. Ugh, what do my brother want with me? The same thing all ninjas want with you that ain't your brother. Vagina. Okay, I don't know what Tina Turner was thinking. I mean, it could be, you know, a peach on a dog. If the dog is fat enough, I mean, come on, girl. The one night back at the house, I went to sleep with Ike because of one of the musicians had threatened to come to the room that night. And you couldn't lock the door or any doors in that place, okay? So I went to sleep with Ike, and the next morning, he started fooling around in the bed. I had never thought of having sex with him. I thought, God, this is horrible. So I'm not going to bash Not Yet Tina Turner. I'm not going to bash her, okay? Because I really believe that there are some women that are just that naive and foolish that they think that they can get in the bed with a man and sleep in the bed with a man, although she had slept in the bed with, you know, Agri and Lorraine before, okay? But she said nothing happened. You're going to need more people, Tina Turner, because I don't believe you, okay? But she said that night when she got in the bed, because some other dude in the band was, and that's crazy to me, to think that another dude would threaten Tina Turner, the lead singer of the band that's getting them money. Like, that's crazy to me. All you had to do, you ain't had to get in the bed with Ike. You could have just woke Ike up. Ike, can you go tell Hurry, don't touch me, please? I'm not going to bash her because I'm sure that we all have been quite naive and put ourselves in bad situations before. And I'm just going to leave it there. She said that it was uncomfortable, but she went on ahead and she did it anyway, okay? Ike says the first time I went with her, I felt like I screwed my sister or something. I mean, I hope to die. We really had been like brother and sister. It wasn't just her voice. I had another girl in St. Louis that sang better than her. She was named Pat. Okay, remember Fat Fanny Pat and Tina, Anna Mae? not yet Tina the Turner, okay, said that Fat Fanny Pat sounded terrible, but according to Ickety Ickety, Pat was cool. You're lying, boy. Ickety Ickety said, yeah, the girl Pat, yeah, she sang better than her, you know, and I don't know her last name, but, you know, it wasn't just her voice. It was just, I don't know why I did it. So nobody knows why you did it, but all y'all know is that y'all kept doing it. Tina goes on to say he was a different person at that time, kind of shy in a way, didn't drink or take drugs or anything. I would have been lost in my life at that point without him. So now I'm starting to look at it like, okay, it's not an official pimp prostitute situation, but you know, it seems like Tina is like she's so brainwashing to think that this man is everything to her, and without this man she's not going to make it, you know, and that's because she had so much abandonment in her life. So everybody has a story. I'm not bashing Tina for her decisions for nothing, okay, because that is her life. And whether we want to admit it or not, there's some situations where we've probably been just as naive or just as dumb. But during the end of January 1960, Ann became pregnant again, okay, this time by Ickety Ickety. Okay. At the same time, Ike decided to go back together with Lorraine Taylor, by whom he'd since fathered a second son, Michael, born February 23rd, 1959. He maintained Ann, however, as his number one side piece. And you the lead singer of the group, girl. Power. Power. Didn't I tell you, ladies, you got more power than you think you do. Power. How you number two, but you the only singer in the group, you know? But that's that abandonment, you know, those rejection issues that she's like, okay, as long as he's still with me, I'm still with him. Girl, ooh, it gets tight on this. Depressed and uncomfortable with Lorraine back on the scene, Ann moved out of the house on Virginia Place and back over to St. Louis, where she rented a small house of her own and found a woman nearby who would keep Craig for her while she was at work. Now, she pregnant, okay? And they're preparing to cut that song, A Fool in Love. You know that song? She's just a fool. You know you're in love. What you say? Hey, 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 hey. Now, the thing about it was that it was a dude named Art Lassiter who Ike Turner had recruited to sing lead on that particular song, okay? Art also brung his artettes. That would be Miss Roby from Sweetie Pies and her little group, okay? Now, Miss Roby, or Miss Robbie, whatever y'all call her from Sweetie Pies, I have so much respect for Miss Robbie, okay? She going through a lot with that crazy son, okay? But Miss Roby was pregnant also. Her and Tina were pregnant at the same time, but Roby had a different direction. She like, oh, wait a minute, you ain't gonna work me to death. Now, the dude, Art Lassiter, was supposed to sing lead, right? But according to the Tina, they kept getting into it, back and forth, back and forth. Ickety Ickety said, man, I don't need you, fuck you. Anime, come on over here, sing this song. And she knocked it out the park with the help of the Artettes. Artests, what's their name? Artests. Ike says that, man, I sat there and wrote that song for Art Lassiter, and then he was going to beat me out of some money, so I had Ann to do it. Now, Ike had sent the song everywhere, wasn't nobody biting, okay, until it came across this dude named Juggy Murray, okay? Juggy Murray was something of an eccentric. He had ears for great music, though, okay? Now, you know what Juggy is. That make me feel like that ninja was, you know, doing that Juggy, okay? But Juggy says Ike sent A Fool in Love to every record company in the country, and every one of them turned it down. Mr. Juggy said Ickety Ickety sent it to everybody, okay? But I was the only one that bit, okay? It's not my fault that them motherfuckers is dumb and they don't know good music, okay? When Ike said, why you want the song? I know the good music. They stupid. I'm not. So Mr. Juggy hearing the song, like, I want this Ickety Ickety, okay? He flew down to St. Louis, okay, to meet Ickety Ickety. He was confused. He was like, hold the hell on, hold on. How is it that this man, this black man, he ain't made it big, but he's not poor? He done got a woman. It's another woman. He got a female driver. Her name is Anna Mae Wilson, something like that. He sent the old sexy woman to go get him from the airport, okay? Mr. Juggy said to himself, how is this possible? How is this black man possible sending me this big Cadillac to come pick me up, and he living in this big house? How is this possible? You know why? Because he was a big goddamn deal in St. Louis. Mr. Juggy said that he didn't have a hit record, but he wasn't poor. He was sharp. He was clean. He had a Cadillac and a pretty blonde white girl working for him. I blew his mind, went down there with a contract and said I wanted to sign him up. He looked me over and thought, who is this little nigga? The nigga that's going to sign you up. Mr. Juggy signed up Ike and his song for $25,000, okay? That was the advance. This was the first song that was not deemed the Kings of Rhythm. This song was made under Ike and Tina. Where did you say the name Tina came from? Well, Ike was in love with this big Amazonian woman on TV. I forget the name of the show, but she was an old fierce barbarian jungle woman, okay? And Ike liked the idea of having my own jungle woman. So what I'm going to name her is Tina the Turner. Although you got this goddamn wife over here named Lorraine, okay? Or I don't know, is he married to Lorraine yet? But although you got this bitch over here named Lorraine, okay? That Justin gave you 2 babies, child. But you got this lead singer here named Tina the Turner, okay? And y'all still claiming that it's platonic. Okay. They smile in your face. And, however, had reservations about this name change, about her whole relationship with Ike. She wanted to sing, and yes, she wanted to be a star. But what about love and marriage? She wanted them too. But Ike, his compulsive womanizing and violent temper seemed an unlikely candidate for her. When she had become pregnant, he had left her and gone back to Lorraine. You're just a fool. You know you're in love. What you say? Hey, 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 girl. I loved Ike as much as I knew about love then, but I didn't want our relationship to go any further. He had already told me that if the record was a hit, he wanted to leave St. Louis and go to California, and he wanted me to come with him. Don't forget that he still is with Lorraine. She now, Tina the Turner, okay? Now she is Tina the Turner, okay? Now, Tina the Turner is still the main number 2, okay? Or the main 2-1, whatever that is, 2 of 1, something like that, okay? But he done told her, bitch, you coming with me, because you are my golden duck, girl. I told him I didn't want to get involved any further with him. And that was the first time he put his hands on me, okay? With a shoe stretcher. With a shoe stretcher, girl. Like I says, no judgment. I am not going to judge this girl because all I'm saying is I'm not going to judge this woman, okay? She said he kept control of her out of fear. I already had 1 child, and I was pregnant with another by him. Singing with Ike was how I made my living, and I was living better than I ever had in my life. That's the VIG. That's the part that will always be the dilemma in a woman's mind when you're being kept, okay? Or when you, are being taken care of. I basically told her, okay, you working for me. I'm going to give you, $25 a week, something like that, or a little bit of money per week, but I'm going to keep the rest for myself. That's a pimp and prostitute situation to me, Clarence. I was hurt and I was scared, but I couldn't think about going back. I had to keep going forward, so I decided to stay with Ike. I mean, you wasn't really with him. I mean, you had a baby with him, but you wasn't really with him because Lorraine was with him. You were waiting to be with him, girl. You got to be careful with married men, okay? Because married men know how to make you feel like you're the greatest and best thing in the world. And they can't live without you, child. They can't live without you. You know, if you leave them, they gonna die, goddammit. Until that wife find out. And then you find yourself somewhere with your body thrown in the river and his baby thrown in the damn river. That's how them ninjas be, child. You gotta be careful with them. The married men will trick the fuck out of you, girl. They'll get on top of you. Ooh, I want you to have my baby. Do your wife know that you want to have a baby with me? Oh, don't worry about that. I love you. I love you more. I love you. Have a baby with me. Have a baby with me. Until the baby gets here. Okay, now all of a sudden he's trying to kick your ass down some steps. I just said it. Okay. And Anime felt like this. Okay, she was so brainwashed by Ike that she felt like so many people walked out on him. She would never do to him what the abandonment felt to her. You know what I'm saying? Like Ike was being, in her mind, Ike was being abandoned and people was leaving. That wasn't it. They weren't leaving. He was being a whole maniac, and they was running from his ass. Fool in Love started making noise the minute it was released. At last, Ike was going to have a hit with his name on it. A hit that he controlled. If that was, he could get the newly Christian Tina Turner out of the hospital. Because his lead singer was absolutely pregnant at this point. And somehow this lady caught hepatitis. Did you get it from Ickety Ikety? Did you get it from Mike? Is I know it's a hepatitis that you can get from is it a hepatitis you can get from sex? I don't know. But the doctor said that he believed that she got it from doing an outdoor concert, and it was some old hepatitis B's out there or mosquitoes out there that was biting people, you know, pushing hepatitis, you know, blood into everybody. Okay, everybody probably got it that day, right? So she was sick. She was going to the doctor for a regular checkup, right? The doctor was like, "Oh no, girl, you look yellow. You got jaundice." Tina Turner said everything on her looked yellow. Her skin, her eyes, her lips, her teeth, her tongue, everything. The doctor was like, "I cannot let you go. I cannot let you get out of here. You have to stay." So in a way, Tina Turner was real happy to be in a hospital because she's like, okay, I need this break because Ickety Ikety, you know, getting on my nerves. I'm tired of him bothering me, you know, expecting me to do the world. And he got this whole woman over here named Lorraine who he done got back with once he found out I was pregnant. I need a rest. And that's what the doctor was trying to give her. So when Ike went up there, Ike was like, oh, you got to get the hell out of here. Answer, no, Ike. She's sick. She has hepatitis. The song "A Fool in Love" is climbing up the charts. Okay, that nigga Ike, he getting jitters. Okay, he can't take the pressure because he like, wait a minute, we got to hop on this anime, Tina Turner. Okay, we got to hop on this. We cannot let this opportunity pass us. We need you to get the fuck out of the hospital. Now, dig this. Okay, she in the hospital listening to her song on the radio. Okay, Ickety Ikety stressed out because he like, we need to hop on it. Lorraine right here on her neck talking about, well, who baby is this? Who baby is this, girl? Who baby is this? Is it Ike's? Is it Ike baby? Who baby is that? Tina was like, you know, I mean, I don't blame the lady for wanting to know who baby it was, but I'm not going to be the one to tell her. Well, you ain't going to have to tell her, okay? Because when the baby come out looking like Ickety Ikety, she will know. Tina says while she's laying in the hospital, she says, what's love got to do with it? You know, because here I was pregnant by Ike Turner, who's gone back to his wife, and now she's getting suspicious. I mean, this was not my idea of love at all. Then one day Ike came up there and said, fuck that, these doctors are crazy. Anime, you do exactly what I tell you to do. You get your ass up, I'm going to give you an escape route, and I want you to meet me and Brown back, okay? Tina Turner, because it's Ickety Ikety, and that's her daddy, in her mind, she got up. She did exactly what he told her to do. And there he was out back with a car. And she coughing and hacking all over the place because she ain't completely healed. And she pregnant. The reason why Ickety Ikety was so pressed to get her up out of there was because there was an engagement with Jackie Wilson that they had to get to. The problem was Tina the Turner was big as a goddamn house, okay? So, you know, Tina the Turner had to come up with some kind of sexy, you know, outfit that puffed out, you know, due to Cardi B. Remember when Cardi B had everybody, you know, tricked, you know? Well, she ain't had me tricked. I knew her ass was pregnant, okay? When you start seeing them stars wearing certain kinds of dresses, you be like, oh, this bitch is pregnant, okay? She's trying to hide it from the world, but we see her, girl, we see you, okay? But she had to come up with one of them chiffon puff dresses, okay? So the Ike and Tina Turner review was thus launched on its first tour, okay? Now, you know Miss Roby is pregnant, okay? Miss Roby is like, Ike is your pappy, not my pappy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chill here with my baby father, Mr. Artist, or Lassiter, whatever the hell his name is. And when I get better, then I'll get back on tour with you. Because so they wasn't on... The Ikeettes or the girls that was going to be the Ikeettes was not on tour in the first leg. They came on later on after Miss Roby had the baby. On October 3rd, The Week of Fool in Love peaked on the pop charts at number 27. Ike and Tina appeared on the Dick Clark's American Bandstand. Oh, I miss American Bandstand. I miss you too, Dickety Clark D. I miss you too. This was it, the big time. And then there was Las Vegas. Tina was like, oh, yes, God, yes, I'm getting ready to be on Las Vegas Strip. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. She thought it was good ready to be something pumping, right? She thinking like, okay, like Diane Carroll on the strip is going to be so extravagant and exclusive and beautiful. Answer no, girl. You ain't there yet. You ain't there, not yet. Because where she said her and Ickety Ikety was over there, off the strip. Way off the strip, okay? And this where Tina said that, you know, basically she felt like her and Ike was second rate. Ike didn't like kids. He never wanted kids. How's it that Ike don't like kids and he never wanted kids, but he bussing? How's that possible? If you don't like kids, don't bust. Okay? I mean, that's just the simple resolve. You ain't even got to get to going to see the doctor or going to now to the plan B. You ain't even got to do that if you just don't bust. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Or bust, but put a condom on it. They didn't have condoms in the 50s. There was no condoms in the 50s. Nobody was pulling out. Ike didn't like kids. He never wanted kids. And he never paid much attention to a woman with a kid. But we got to the hotel in Las Vegas. And I started undressing to take a shower. And that's when I got a good look at me. Oh, Lord. He get nervous because he see that stomach is big as hell. Then irritated, the nigga looked at her and said, girl, when you gonna have that baby? What? That Ickety Ikety is such a selfish man. He is such a selfish man. I got scared. He canceled the date we were supposed to play at. He told Jimmy Thomas, get the car. We're going to Los Angeles. You see, he wanted me to have the baby there because while she up there pushing the baby out, he could be over there working. Because you know that nigga don't get no support, okay? He ain't giving you no support. Not when there's music to be made or bitches to be fucked. We arrived in L.A. around 7 in the evening, checked into a hotel and ordered dinner. And I started feeling pressure. At 1 in the morning, I woke up and I was in labor. Of course, Ike was no help. Course. Only thing he gonna help you do is get pregnant, girl. Now, remember this. The same people you meet on your way up will always be the same people that you meet on your way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, have a good one.